Andy?
Yeah, I think it can be better, and one of the things that helps it be better, or hopefully will get it to be better, is we're taking what the defense gives us. So we're spreading the ball so they can't focus on one particular guy as being the receiver. You know, they got to cover everybody, then which basically gives us one-on-ones. And then if they double somebody, we recognize the double, then we can get to the one-on-one, you know. So hopefully we can continue doing that and put pressure on the defense.
You had 188 yards throwing on first down against the Titans. Was that in the game plan, or is that kind of what we can expect from here on out since it worked so well?
Well, you know, that game was that game plan, and this coming game is a different game plan. And then, John, a lot of times it depends on what's working. You know, if it's working, don't fix it. And so whatever works, we're going to go to.
Mark Berman.
Romeo, and I'm going to have a follow. Romeo, what some of the challenges of game planning Aaron Rodgers?
They're tremendous because he's really good. He does a good job at the line of scrimmage, controlling the line of scrimmage, getting guys to jump off sides. He does a good job of recognizing the defense, knowing where he needs to go with the ball, and he's got weapons around him that he uses. You know, he'll use that stable of running backs that they have. Usually they have a big tight end that he likes and goes to. They got good receivers, you know, and so with all of those weapons, just like I mentioned with our guy, if he can spread the ball around, you have to cover him one-on-one to a degree, or choose who you're going to double, and he's experienced, so he can figure out what the double is, and then he can go somewhere else with the ball.
Generally speaking, what are some things you can try to do this week to help your run defense against the Packers?
Well, we can kind of load up the box, okay? And then when you load up the box, then Aaron likes that because now he knows he's got one-on-one coverage down the field, you know, so that's one of your pick your poisons. And so what we have to do is we have to mix it up, not show him the same thing all the time, show him some different looks. And then when we show the different look, hopefully that they don't have a play called that matches that look, you know. And then if that's the case, then we have to rally and hustle to the football and try to get the guy on the ground before he gets in the end zone.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Romeo, what have you thought of Lonnie at safety this year compared to his play at corner as a rookie a year ago?
Well, Lonnie has made good progress at safety, and I think he enjoys the position and learning the position. You know, there's more communication on the back end back there. As a corner, you're by yourself, you're on that island. But I think he's enjoying it, and he's making progress at it, and I think he'll get better as we go along.
Also, do you have an update on Kahale Waring? Since he's gone on IR, he's obviously eligible to return at this point. Is he close to returning?
Well, we'll see after this bye week probably, you know, and go from there, make a decision at that time.
Christy.
Romeo, I was just wondering, as you've been more involved, obviously, with the offense as being the head coach, what has impressed you most about Deshaun and his development and what he's able to do from week to week?
Well, I think Deshaun doesn't feel as much pressure as he felt early on. I think that now he understands that you play the game one play at a time, and whatever happens on that play happens, and then you play the next play. And so I think as a result of that, you know, that's what he's doing, and he's not putting all the weight on his shoulders, because I felt like that early on he was putting all the weight on his shoulders and trying to make every play. And you got people around you that can help you, and so spread the ball around and let those guys help you. And so as a result of that, I think he's playing more relaxed.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Romeo, good morning.
Good morning.
Romeo, when it comes back to the tackling issue, that's something early in the season the players attributed to not hitting a lot during camp, not having the normal offseason. What do you attribute it to now where guys are still missing tackles and you're several games into the season?
Well, we're several games into the season, but all of those things that they said still apply. You know, you're not tackling much because you don't tackle at practice, and the time you get the chance to tackle is in the game when it's for real. And so bad habits kind of carry over. And we have to try to eliminate those bad habits, which we'll try to do at practice, but without taking guys to the ground, you really can't practice tackling. And so we're not going to take them to the ground, because if you lose a guy in practice and you don't have a guy for the game, then, what's the benefit of it? Okay. So it's a thin line that we walk to try to get it done. And I think one of the things that can help us the most is everybody winning their gap when we're gapped out defense, and then hustle and effort to the ball.
And what have you thought about Randall Cobb and the way he's played so far this season as your slot receiver? You guys signed him to a really big contract this offseason.
Well, I think he's done well. Early on, the ball wasn't coming to him, but now the ball is coming to him, and he's showing that that he's a playmaker, And so we still got a long season to go, and I think that he'll continue to show up.
Cody Stutes.
Romeo, a little bit more on Lonnie. What went into the decision to have him play so much safety? Was that a team need thing, or was that a better skill set fit for him? And do you anticipate him staying at safety for the rest of the season?
Well, I think that, looking at it, he is a big corner, and sometimes big corners are not as fleet of foot, quickness and change of direction as some of those smaller corners are. And then we kind of felt like that with his body type, he might fit better at safety and might help us more there. And so we decided to move him to safety. And like I said, he's enjoying it. He's really working to learn what it takes to be a safety. And I think he likes to hit, and he's able to do that from that safety spot. And so it's going good for him.
John.
Romeo, have you given Watson more freedom at the line of scrimmage than he's had in the past?
No, not really. I mean, some of our plays are alerts, you run this or you run that. You look at their deal, and if they got everybody at the line of scrimmage, then you can throw a pass, and so he's working within the system, but he's taking advantage of what's been offered to him.
Mark Berman.
Romeo, some thoughts about Aaron Jones.
Well, hey, that's part of that stable that they got. They all run hard through arm tackles, through block tackles, and he kind of helps the quarterback.
Last one for Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Romeo, you look at Isaiah Coulter. How much progress has he made since he's returned to practice? Is he someone that you envision activating at some point while you're in this window from the designated return?
Well, I think he's made progress as far as catching the ball. He's got frame and he's got pretty good hands. I think that we're going to have to see how he does with route running and things like that. And if that improves and comes along, then there's a possibility he could get activated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Romeo. Thanks for the time.